to the House Beyond the Supernatural podcast, a podcast that goes beyond the supernatural. All music comes from Verse 13's Shadow Symphony in public domain. All printing for the podcast is provided by Rainbow Press of Omaha, Nebraska. More details about this podcast can be found on houseofbts.net. Please subscribe to us and provide us feedback. Let us know how we're doing. Tonight's cast includes introducing tonight Baldwin, the genius and medical doctor, played by Arnie. Peter, the parapsychologist, played by Nick. Cass, the psychic medium and astrophysicist, played by Kirk. And Zia, the physical psychic and extreme athlete, played by Shannon. And myself, the host of the House of BTS, as the Game Master. Welcome back, everyone. I apologize for being gone a week. I caught a bug. Quick intro note. This one was brought up on a subject I ended up getting into with somebody at work the other day. Yes, I note that everyone, you're supposed to be friends with all the players and such here, be a tight-knit bunch. But in response to all that being said, sometimes you do need to remove a player from a group, and sometimes even the GM. This guy I was talking to was really weird and nervous about that because he had a buddy in the group that he didn't want to upset, but I guess apparently buddy's not driving well with the rest of the group. And I was like, eventually if you don't get rid of him, the rest of the game's going to disappear. Sometimes for the betterment of the table, you do have to either, you can try democratically put up a vote. You might, if you have a GM you have no confidence in, raise it up. Tell him, hey, you're not doing the job. Take it personal or not. It's just we're not enjoying it. You got to go. Really good example, trial of this is, I'm going to state, Nick, I don't think you're driving with this group anymore. I'm going to need to ask you to leave this game, but I would still like you to listen to us and do all the editing and podcast work for us, if you would.
Oh, thank God.
I'm out! Yes! I'm free!
Finally, I've been looking for a way out.
Whew. Thank you.
God, I thought I'd never say something.
I've been tanking it on purpose.
So yes, if you got a problem player in the group and talking to him or he's not getting it, whatever the case is, sometimes you got to cast somebody out. You got a cancer, get it removed. I haven't done that in a while myself, and there's no one at the table here I have an interest in, but should it ever happen, oh yeah, it'll probably be Nick, because as you can tell, he's a pretty unruly guy.
Yeah. I'm a bad distraction for everybody.
Such a
He's
diva.
such a bad example, too.
He's such a diva.
I can't work under these conditions. Quick note, I kind of messed up on the hand weapon damage. The last time we played, Shannon's character was in danger of breaking her knife on a couple different occasions because she just, she was in full-on beast mode as she's stabbing things. Well, I read it, but it's been a while since I'd actually had to look back at that rule, so I was doing a little reading to remind myself that is specifically if you're using supernatural damage related. So if she ever uses one of her summoned supernatural strength moments and then stabs somebody, that's a potential that it could break. So her normal strength, as impressive as it is, will not be enough to wreck that, to wreck her weaponry.
I'll try harder.
Yeah, she probably sees that as a challenge, so next time she sees some supernatural strength, stab, stab, stab! Will this knife ever break? Let's see, I don't think I have anything else specific to bring up unless one of you mofos do.
Nope.
Not
Man, it is.
I don't have nothing.
Characteristically quiet tonight. Making me a little nervous.
I'm getting serious.
Trying to get my game face on.
It's a very serious episode tonight.
Yeah.
I want to roll these new dice.
Well, I see.
And then she's going to want to put them away because they suck.
Probably.
Well then, everyone, get set and get into character. It's time to go beyond the supernatural. Stepping into the shimmering portal, everything becomes pitch black. There's no sound. Even your heart pounding in your chest and your labored breathing makes no sound. You feel a sense of weightlessness, as if floating. Every sensation and sense has been cut off. It's a disturbing feeling, alien and disorienting. Then, visions, smells, sounds, and gravity return to you, all to return to you all at once as you collapse with a harsh thud onto a wooden structure. City lights, car headlights, people talking, a light and familiar rain drizzling on your skin, the smell of salty air, cars honking. It's all familiar to you as your senses restore. Looking around, you spot each other. All of you are laying prone on the ground. Getting back to your feet, you realize that you're all standing on one of the many docks in Seattle. It's nighttime, late by the looks of it. On a bench nearby, a homeless woman sleeps under a plastic tarp. A couple of young lovers standing together, still holding hands, stares at you all with a look of bewilderment. Another passerby looks at Peter with a confused look, specifically at his oddball helmet. Your smartphones come to life with notifications and updates. You're back home, but not all of you made it back home. Zane places the smartphone he collected from John's body in his back pocket before turning around and waving his now free hand through the air, as if reaching out or feeling for something. After a moment, with an obvious sadness to his tone, he says, "The portal's gone, y'all." Bringing his fingers to the silver cross on the chain around his necklace, Zane speaks to himself for a moment, perhaps saying a little prayer. Then he looks at Cass. With a wince, he says, "Oh, Christ, Cass." Zane opens his backpack, reaches in for a towel, and offers it to him.
What? What's wrong? I don't get it.
"We need to get you looked at, bud. That looks pretty bad."
Oh, okay. Is my teeth hanging off?
No. Just look that way. You're walking in front. Anybody got a cell phone? Hold on, I'm just gonna call the Uber. I'm just gonna call an Uber.
Hey, cowboy, do you not have face cover he can borrow?
Oh, God. Is it really that bad, guys?
Hell, I just offered him a towel.
Well,
I would take a towel.
And,
Yeah,
I guess I'm
frankly,
going to look like that 9-year-old
say,
man now.
Peter, you can't call an Uber. Who the hell's going to take him anywhere besides a hospital?
We look like cosplayers. It'll be fine.
Is there a
There's-
convention in town?
There's always one up here. It'll be fine. Well,
That's what mental affinity's for.
Okay.
I guess we can call Dr. Smythe.
Okay.
You know, Hannah was supposed to be on standby, so you can always call her to bring back the...
Hey, Hannah, how it going? Hey, look at Cass.
I will dial up Hannah.
Oh, you got Hannah's number.
Yeah, I think I got it when she was riding with John because I didn't trust him.
Fair enough.
John. Oh, my God.
I don't think that's your character.
No, it's
I was
not.
going to say, I don't know. I think I got to call a little BS on that one over there.
We just became
He hasn't had
friends.
meds for
No, you
like
didn't.
5 days, so he's probably all over the place.
I'm all over the place emotionally at the moment.
The milkberries could have helped with that.
Yeah.
He's tripping balls on milkberries right now.
So I could be that way. You just never know. I could turn into fucking Hyde in a minute.
That's a comforting thought.
Yeah, great.
So Zia has taken the action to call up Hannah. Making little XP notes as I go.
Roll a d20 to see if you can use your phone.
Yeah. Can you use
You
your
fail!
You fail.
11.
Do you have modern technology as a skill? No, you don't.
If not, you can't do it. Why the hell are you holding that phone? You can't operate
I
it.
just mash it with my hand.
It doesn't go
you
there.
will. Yeah, you will.
Ew.
We got that recorded. We can just play that on a...
Over
Throw that in
and
all,
over and
all sorts
over
of
again.
podcasts.
Whoa, we
They
talked to
asked you
Hannah
to,
yet?
you said, or, it's probably best. He would ask to speak to Smythe when you're done speaking to him.
Do we only have one phone?
Well, you're the first one to
Yeah,
call.
first one to come.
I thought Hannah was in the parking garage.
When we left, she would have waited there, but eventually she would have come home. Keep in mind that while this
Look at the
particular
pretty
batch has been
butterflies.
gone, like
They're so
I think
pretty.
a little more than a day, where so she
What
would
the
have been
hell?
sitting there more
What's
than a
wrong
half
with
day,
me?
and I don't think she was supposed to do that.
So Hannah is a quitter.
Perhaps.
I'm calling her.
So many pretty colors. Do you guys see the butterfly floating around?
Delirious from the pain.
You guys didn't tell me I grow a big ol' hole in my face. You said, "Oh no, it looks good, guys."
So
It
yes,
hurts
Hannah
here
will,
and
Hannah
here.
will answer the phone and collecting the information of where you're at. She asks if there's anything else you need.
We probably need medical services for that guy. Cass.
Cass. My name is Cass. See this?
Well, actually, he does, and so could you.
Well, I am not weak.
I'm not weak. I just missing part of my face.
You need to powder your face.
I'm missing part of my face.
Do we
Duh.
need anything, guys?
And Peter's got a giant bloody neck. His neck is just bleeding.
We're looking like the great bunch.
Zane asks you, after you report on letting Smythe know that not all of
Hannah, is Dr. Smythe available?
Yeah, he's upstairs. I can go get him.
Yes, please. And I'll hand the phone to Zane.
Zane will take a moment having a few words with Dr. Smythe, and then he hangs up the phone, getting back to you saying thank you. And from here, probably about a half an hour, Hannah shows up and taking a look at the side of you over here. Yeah, she's like, oh, my God, what happened?
Hey, Hannah, how's it going? How's your day been? Mine's great.
She looks over at you, Peter, bewildered. Should I get him to the hospital?
I think we need to get back to the warehouse. Get these babies out of us first.
Yeah, I'm much more concerned about the
Maybe-
babies in my stomach.
There's got to be a doctor that we can call to make a house call into this
Yeah, I
place.
don't want to end up like down a big old splatter on the ground.
Actually, Dr. Smythe is getting that taken care of now.
Great.
Where it was when I left.
I
Speaking of which, that'll make. Oh, I'm sorry.
I take it you're driving, because I don't think we're in the.
Kraft can't drive.
Well, yeah, Hannah can drive the van.
Well,
That's.
All right, thank you.
It's not like it drove itself here.
Well, just thinking, you might have gotten tired enough that half-hour drive you brought. When you
I'm
drove
so
the car over
sick
here.
of driving. You take over. It's
ever
been a
driven
half
in-
hour I've been in this van.
You ever driven
and
in
I will
Seattle?
not be a half hour more. It's
Her
ridiculous.
name's Hannah, not Shannon.
Didn't I say Hannah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hate driving. That's the joke.
Oh, that's the joke. I got you. It's Shannon.
Disty joke.
Hannah. I
Disty
got
joke.
it.
Da.
Duh.
Whoa, who's Shannon? I'm only aware of a Zia in our group.
This and whatever.
Can we sew his mouth up or something?
It's kind of freaking her out, man. Hey, look.
Well,
Look.
this will make a great quick segue. In an office that is dark, save for a desk lamp and a PC monitor to light up the room, a man is sitting typing up reports or information possibly for an upcoming news article. He could be doing any one of many different things. He's a man of many talents. And this and that is when your phone rings.
Oh, me. I'll answer. I will. Dr. Baldwin will answer his phone.
Hello, Alec?
This is Dr. Baldwin.
Baldwin, it's me, Edmund.
Good evening, Dr. Smythe.
Sir, excuse me, listen, I've got some investigators on their way back to the warehouse, and it's my understanding there are some serious wounds amongst a couple of them. If you're not too busy, could you grab your bag and come over?
You had adventurers out?
I didn't have them out myself personally.
You
We
didn't
have a
call
new
me?
parapsychologist who was escorting that particular setup.
Oh, I see.
So anyway, would you be able to come over?
Sure, I'll be right there. There's nothing more I would like than to operate on some people. Fucking goddamn it! Cut here.
Edit here, Nick.
So, But yeah, I'll be here, and Catherine will also be here to help. And Alec, if you would help, Dr. Baldwin, have it. Please be considerate as a favor to me. They lost a man tonight. There it is. Back at the warehouse. Edmund, Catherine, and an unknown Latino woman are setting up what looks like medical stations. Folding tables covered with cloth, medical gear, and equipment, and the like have all been arranged and placed on standby.
That's what we do at fucking open heart surgery.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That is what you three get as you're entering the warehouse.
Hey, Dr. Smythe, you ever seen anything so awesome?
I do think that he should go first.
Do you guys not see the butterflies?
I'm going to make you see more butterflies.
Yeah, let's him go first. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's going to need a lot more. I don't know.
Well, I always gotta go first. This is the rule of the group.
Look, okay,
Here, Cass, you go first.
let's go to the mirror, and we'll let you see what's going on. And then we
It's
can...
always, why is it always me?
That is a
fine.
good question.
I'll always go first. That's the rule in the group. Cass goes first.
Somebody's got to test this doctor out.
Yeah.
I'm the damn test monkey.
Do you have a sedative, doctor?
Well,
We need to knock him out.
Catherine says I don't have anything terribly strong, but I can at least get him started on something, and until the good doctor shows up.
Oh.
Here, let me Cass, over here. Let me help you with that.
Okay.
Cass, as you're being escorted to one of the tables.
You gonna turn me into a Muppet or something?
Zia's just going to knock you out.
Edmund, looking to the both of you, he takes a moment to he says, "Are you the other two of you in serious attention of him?
Hey, can I get the fisses out of my belly?
I do not require sedatives because this is too good to miss.
Wouldn't miss this for anything. Don't care how much pain I'm in.
I'm tired of having all these stupid fisses in my belly.
Is there a garage door that leads into this area?
There used to be, but that door has since been actually memory serves, that door was actually welded shut due to issues they were experiencing in the past.
I'll have to fix that.
So no, there is no way to enter in through the
I'm
garage.
gonna have to pay to have that fixed.
I think I don't remember if that was before or after Baldwin, but anyway.
Well, it sounds like a good time for me to walk into the warehouse.
Here
Who
we
the
go then.
fuck is that guy?
That brings us to the next spot. All right. So
Another
heading
dipshit?
up to what he is, what he's asking for. Here we go. So since you two are waiting and letting Cass go first, Edmund will take the opportunity to introduce both Peter and Zia. He says, "This is Professor Paloma Cabrera. She's the Laszlo Society member from Sao Paulo. I was in contact with to help with the Children of Kwama situation. You may recall. She's brought some experimental remedies and salves and pulses with her. But before that, I'm going to make sure you all get patched up before we go any further with that. And I've contacted a good friend of mine. He's a medical doctor, and he should be here shortly. In fact, I think I can hear him coming now. The rumbling of a large diesel engine is heard coming from outside. It gets closer until it's on the other side of the warehouse wall. It stops. A moment later, the entrance door opens, and a man steps through it with authority and confidence. He's a balding male in his late 40s, a classic porn stash, and dark glasses. He wears a trench coat over an Oxford shirt, a loosened tie, and slacks. In his left hand looks to be a vintage medical doctor's bag. Edmund makes his way towards him. Hello, Dr. Baldwin. It's good to see you again.
Doctor?
Doctor. Everyone, this is Dr. Alec Baldwin. Cass, if anyone can fix your face and not leave scars, it's going to be this man.
Oh, it looks like there's a group that's been adventuring without me.
Indeed, we have a new parapsychologist, getting his feet wet and has had a small.
You got your shirt wet. With
Pretty
blood.
obvious there, Doc. Thanks. I can see where you got your degree.
Hey, Doc, can you diagnose me with
Jesus.
a hole in my face?
Christ, you're a
Hey, you did a good job with Peter over there.
You developed an attitude out of nowhere there. That was
He just watched his friend die.
well.
He's not
fair
taking any
enough.
shit.
It's like holy crap. That came out of left field.
Don't worry about Pete, Doc. I'll kill you before it gets you.
What? Hold
I
on.
said,
So,
where'd all
Baldwin,
these butterflies
this is Cass.
come on?
He's the one in most need of attention, as you can obviously.
Is that
see.
your professional medical opinion?
Well,
Let me
Would-
take a look at these group.
would you disagree?
Well, I haven't really had a chance to look
hey,
at
would you,
everybody
hey,
yet.
would you diagnose this as a hole in the face?
Just keep pressure on that. That'll be fine.
Oh, like this? Thanks. Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Your color's fine.
Yeah.
You smell okay.
Peter, you
I'm
want
on it.
you want me to kill
What are
him?
you, just bruised up? Little blood?
I'll
You
kill
look
him.
like you might work out.
Just let me know.
I'm fine. I am just enjoying
I can
the
shoot him
scene.
right in the head for you.
I'll stand over here and keep laughing.
You wonder why she has a bloody
All
nipple.
right, you, Fred.
My
Zany's giggling.
tits totally hanging out.
Yeah, Zany's like giggling, just kind of sitting next to you. And I was like, "Are you sure you're not going to tell him about that fight?"
I'll
Yeah.
get to it
Yo,
later.
Freddy Krueger, why don't you have a seat on this stool over here?
You better
Let
watch
me
how
take
you-
a look.
You better watch how you're talking to me, you dick. But I'll have a seat.
Oh, is this hurt? Yeah? My finger goes about
I-
half an inch into your cheek.
I take out my Beretta and I point it at his
Whoa!
head.
Holy
Is that going to get you anywhere? Is that going to get you anywhere?
You keep testing me, asshole.
You know, I think this is going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and place you at the bottom of the triage list.
Roll new character.
You sure I can't kill him?
That would be wildly inappropriate.
Are you sure, Peter? I'll do whatever you tell me, man.
You never said kill him.
Oh, okay.
So, you're a parapsychologist, I hear?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Board certified.
Where do you teach at?
Teach.
Oh.
I have a group therapy session where I help people like this.
Yeah, I shoot dead people, man.
You need to help them a little more.
Well,
Let's
I
take a
tried.
look at that neck. Medical history waiver? I don't need that. Malpractice waiver? We don't need that. Cadaver donation form? I would like you to sign this. What you're doing is
I'm already
furthering science with a small donation of your earthly vessel,
I've
which
already
will come directly to me for my studies. Really, it's probably the best thing you're going to do for the human race ever.
is die. Thanks.
Well,
Great.
eventually, it's
I'm
going
in
to
good
happen.
hands.
You
Thanks.
might as well give me your corpse.
You are an awesome
No?
doctor,
Alright.
man. Where did I
I'm
find
pretty
that
sure if
guy?
we don't get these fish out of me, you can have it.
What fish?
You haven't heard?
Yeah, we got fishes rolling around in our bodies, man.
There's some kind of weird parasite fish monster
Yeah,
inside
it's
Well, I
of us.
fun.
haven't told anything about parasites.
It's fun. Once they eat you, they turn big and start attacking everything.
You've seen Alien, right?
It's 10,000 times worse than
There's
Alien.
like 40 of them in us.
Yeah.
Zia, I'm really wishing we had recorded this.
Dr. Smile, do I need to worry about these?
Yeah, they're gonna eat your ass.
In
Parasites.
about 4 hours, you're going to really wish
you
they
gonna
were...
really wish you helped us.
Actually, I don't know. I think
You
you
know-
might actually want to see it.
Dr.
You
Smile,
might want to see it.
Yes.
I'm really not that all upset you didn't call me to hang out with these people.
Arrogant fucking son of
well.
a bitch.
I'm sure we'll be nicer once we get these things out of us.
You
know,
want
a little,
staples or silk?
little angry.
Scar. Leave a scar.
On your neck?
Yeah.
Chick dick scars,
That's going to
man.
draw attention away from whatever kind of ties you ever wear.
Perfect.
Chick dick scars.
It'll also take
Glory
away from my
fade.
face.
I'm not going to put a scar there. People would think I did a bad job. You want a scar, have Dr. Smythe's wife do it.
Seriously, can I shoot
Huh.
him?
Maybe I should.
I need to shoot
All
him.
right.
Catherine's like, what
You.
the hell?
Can I shoot him in the
Yes.
ass?
You're a fine specimen. What
Yes.
seems to be the problem?
Can I get your
Well,
crowbar?
I had a dagger-toothed fish hanging off of me.
Dagger-tooth fish hanging off of you where?
My boob.
Can you show me?
She lifts up her shirt.
Oh, those look natural.
They are very small.
They like pets. Duh.
Did you bring one of these creatures back? Does it have rabies?
They're in us.
We got about 40 of them in our body.
They are not in me.
Are these two drunk?
They are mourning.
Well, take some of these and let me patch you up with some bandages, because I don't think you really need much more
He
than
just
that.
wants-
Nope. Thank
Via,
you.
Via, he just wants to touch your boobs.
I'm gonna take. Is there alcohol in this office?
Well, speak of the devil, Alina's just walking into the establishment now, and she's always got a little something on her.
Well, then she should know what I want.
Oh, she does.
I take a big old shot of whatever she's got.
Vodka.
Vodka
Duh.
from Mother Russia.
So as you're taking your swig, Alina holds up and looks at the large holes in your vest. Where she said, lucky you were wearing vest. Monster might have bitten boob clean off otherwise.
They are not much to bite off.
Going through the rest of your gear, she pulls out the knife you used in the fight earlier. What in the world, Zia? This thing is bent. It's almost broken.
Well, if you would get me better steel, I would not break it.
You need stronger knife, girl. I get you better. Heavier knife. Russian one. In fact, I get you too.
I do like that. Da. Keep forgetting to throw those in.
Well, now upon hearing that soundcast, Catherine helps you
Don't go
set up
nothing
right on the
nowhere near
table,
my butt, man.
while Dr. Baldwin preps
I
his
don't like
gear.
it in the butt.
Seeing the doctor pull a needle out of his bag and filling it with a clear fluid,
Oh, Jesus.
you hear the dark voice again. Cassie, you aren't gonna let that old man stick you with that, are you? You have no idea what he's gonna inject you with. You can take him, you know. He's not expecting it. Wrestle that thing out of his hand and jab it through his eye. Get him before he gets you, Cass.
I'm choosing to ignore you right now.
All right, Corky, you calm down yet?
You keep talking like that, I'm gonna fucking... Yes, I'm fine.
Are you currently taking any medications? Do you have allergies? You know what? I don't care. Because if I were to administer something to you and you had an allergic reaction, I'd be able to take care of it. Like that.
Oh yeah, can you get these freaking fish out of my body, Mr. Smartass?
I'm more worried about the gaping hole in your face. Now, you could use a scar. That would look amazing. You want a scar?
I don't
Or do you
know.
want it clean?
I'm gonna say, hey, look what Dr. Alec Baldwin gave me. I will shout it from the treetops and leave a scar.
You know, I'm thinking that maybe we should leave that open for now.
I'm not saying anything.
Does he understand that I have anger issues?
I think he understands that now.
Anger issues or just really poor manners? Because I don't think
Angry
you know
issues.
the difference. I don't see much anger here. You kind of just act like a bum that lives behind the hospital by the dumpster. You remind me a lot about him. Talks to himself more, though.
Are you gonna fix my fucking face or what?
Yeah, but I'm all out of anesthesia.
Just do it.
I'm going to try to do a really good job. Because I can't trust him to not give me a bad
Well, if he has no
thing.
anesthesia to work with, he's going to have to be held down, and that's going to make the work difficult.
Can I assist in any way?
God, no.
Somehow he looked like a 20-year-old.
I mean,
Brad
no,
Pitt now.
that's no problem. Don't worry about it.
All right, so what's a good
I'm going to, make you look younger. So
All right,
Vermillion.
difficult, complex, unfamiliar tasks, pressure situations. Him being
Pressure.
so frightened and jumpy over there and in pain.
Make it look like David Hasselhoff.
Drunk
well-
David Hasselhoff eating down a burger.
And based on Cass's reaction, should I involve penalties for him being scared and fighting off over there? I need a ruling from you all.
Who's scared?
I don't think he sounds scared to me. He sounds high as fuck.
Well, yeah,
I think
given
he's
that,
seen enough
so-
stuff in Afghanistan. He's not going to be scared of this.
All right, then. I will only keep it to a 20% penalty. See what you got over there.
Be a man. With a 20% penalty?
Yes.
I made it by like 20.
That's even better than expected.
Of course, this is fucking good.
He fidgets and fusses the whole way without anesthesia, but you're getting it.
I will hand, once the face is stitched up, I will hand him the flask of vodka.
That sounds
'Cause
good.
that's exactly what he wants along his cheek as he's trying to drink.
This
is,
might burn. Do not be a sissy.
Anyone here seen Pan's Labyrinth when the dude had the big, and then he tried drinking the alcohol?
God, that part.
Yes. That was like one of the most vicious scenes of the whole damn movie. And
Once
that's
you
what I'm
once
seeing
you
right
get
there.
past wound, it will help in your belly.
Fight through the pain.
If you are going to waste my vodka, I want it back. Peter needs
Peter!
patched up.
I didn't catch that. Were you patched up first, or did you get passed up in the line here?
I got passed
I'm
up.
confused who's turns and what now.
No, I got passed up. We told him to do Cass first.
I'll go ahead and take care of Peter now.
Yeah, you will.
You want a local?
Sure.
Hey, I thought you were out of anesthesia.
Just go back to sleep. It's fine.
Okay.
In his case, since he's not going to fight, then we're going to be looking at only a 10% penalty in this case. Well, holy crap! This is a cakewalk. Even with the penalty,
Did it
you
with
make
both
look
my eyes
way
closed.
Too easy.
In the dark. Well, thank
what?
you. Did I leave my...
What?
I should have taken the helmet off first, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, if I known you were leaving the helmet on, I would.
He sews Pete's helmet to his neck.
I can make that permanent, you know.
I can't this thing on.
Body modification. Cass dozing peacefully on the table. An easy job was, Baldwin, makes it look, really easy, obviously. Especially with a role like that. With many, many decades worth of bonus in Point is, it's a cakewalk for Baldwin. Your neck is patched up nicely. So now he can go over and take a look at the more delicate situation over here with her.
He already slapped some bandages on me.
Which, as mentioned, Catherine had helped you earlier out of the armored vest in your bloodied upper body clothing. And Alina, she makes sure a couple of sheets are set up to make a makeshift wall to protect your modesty, whether you want it or not.
Whatever.
And let's see here. So while that's going on, Peter, Dr. Corrigan. Now that your wounds have been tended to, Hannah, getting back to your whole point here, your helmet was not surgically grafted onto your neck. That
Do you
would
want
have
it
been
that way?
unprofessional.
Maybe a Nightbane.
Yeah, maybe a night bane. But Hannah had since collected your helmet, and she placed it on the workstation to repair the damage it had taken during your fight earlier tonight. So after Baldwin gives you the good to go, Hannah removes the last bolt to crack open the oddball as it splits into two sections. It's designed that way. That's not don't panic. This was something she did. Looking through all the tech and gear, she sees something, and she reaches into the frame, pulling out a mushy, pulpy, milky white substance in her fingers. Examining it and smelling it before recoiling in disgust, she asks, "What is this? And why is it in my helmet?"
So we got infected, right? And we found these berries that postpone the effects of the infection. And I was bringing them back to John, and by the time I got back, I don't have any pockets. Well, I do have pockets, but they'd get smashed in them. So I decided to bring the berries back to John in the helmet. But we were too late.
Am I close enough to hear any of this?
Probably.
I want to scream, "Do not let her eat." No, do I know I can't eat? I don't think I know I can't eat it.
Ooh,
Women.
yeah, and don't taste it.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you do, don't put that in your mouth.
Said Cass never.
She's like, "Yeah, it looks like a smushed up berry, and it looks like
I see how it is. Pick on Cass because he's sleeping.
This Paloma gal who's been, who's kind of been quietly assisting Catherine, letting you all get caught up on your wounds before she really, she's kept herself pretty quiet up until now. She has found all this conversation interesting, and she begins inquiring with you a lot more in depth on what it was you're experiencing and what had, and more about these berries, as she has never heard of these.
Well, I don't think you'd ever hear of these because we weren't here. We were in some other world, other dimension that we found them. So they're not from Earth.
With a thick Portuguese Hispanic accent, because I'm not even going to bother trying to butcher that accent, so I'm not even going to give that a try. She asked, "So do you have any more?" Of which I can, since I listened to that particular podcast, I can happily, maybe not so unhappy, remind you that after you dumped all the berries out to join the fight and put on the helmet, you all left in a hurry. You left a big pile of berries behind.
Right. So, no, that one is the only one we have.
Looking around the frame and gears, Hannah does a little digging and pulls out a pair of tweezers and what have you. And she finds about a dozen random berries wedged in through all your the framework and tech and whatnot.
Well, it was a good thing I put it in the helmet then.
So to say, it was actually very clever doing this. You've managed to save the day a little here.
Just enough for me. Sorry, Cass.
Paloma gets excited and asks if you have any lab equipment to take a closer look at them.
I'm sure there's some lab equipment around.
Will you show me, please?
Sure. I'll take her down to the medical lab that we have.
Excellent. That'll give you both something to work on at the moment.
And, Hannah, I have some ideas for the color scheme for the helmet when you have a chance.
She says we can go into that tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tedious puncture wounds and such in a very sensitive region. Baldwin, I'm looking at I'm gonna raise the 10% from last time to 15%. Give me a roll on your medical work for Zia's particularly unique injury over there. Yeah, get the glove back on. I'm not gonna lie, they don't look so slimming anymore. Holy crap.
I made it by a lot again.
Yes, you did. Baldwin is making what looks like delicate surgery easy work. Which Catherine notes that, you haven't lost your touch.
Why would I lose my touch?
I'm not saying why or why you wouldn't. It just happened. Just give him the whole bag. That's gonna go over well. Arnie's been given a whole bag of these black gloves to play with. I dread to see where this is going to go.
I'm happy with just one glove.
They don't work when you sweat in them.
Gross. Alright, before we move on to the next bit, since everyone's being oddly quiet tonight, I was expecting a lot more banter at this point, but I guess Cass is sleeping and I guess Baldwin's doing surgery work.
I would hardly call this surgery.
To some, it would be surgery. To you, it's not. Yeah, maybe not even practice at this point.
I should have had an intern here.
He is repairing a masterpiece.
And he's doing it well based on his role. Alright, let's see here. That means I'm getting back to you, Peter. Just a moment. I need to go to the next page. Or no, I suppose at this point, with everyone being patched up, Edmund asks everyone to meet up around the couch, with the exception of you and you both be nearby, you and this professor, whom coincidentally that is one thing I can bring up. The professor is actually a professor of botany and pharmacology at the Universidade Federal de Sao Paulo, or the UNIFES ESP. She's a professor in pharmacology, and she has brought numerous samples that she states that some of them might be the last of their kind. Deforestation has been ruining a lot of the resources in the Amazon, and she'd hoped to come with better items than what she has. But she hopes they help, but she finds these berries. She seems incredibly excited about these berries.
Well, when we go back, we can get you some more. Or you can come with us and get some more.
So as you two are having that conversation, Edmund asks something looks like he's been dreading to ask all night. And he states, I happen to know, I really want to know what happened with John.
What happened with John? We ran out of time, Doc. We spent more time, I think, being amazed that we were in some alternate world, looking at ruins and walking around, and I think we forgot that John was 12 hours ahead of us. And when we got back to camp, ready to return, is when it went south. And they tore apart his body, and just there was blood and fish and teeth and just horrible crap everywhere, and just I don't know how to talk about this because it's my fault for bringing John with us, and I don't know what he's not coming back. We couldn't even bring him back with us. He was just in pieces, and yeah.
Eyeball, it's not your fault. We were looking for you, and John followed us.
She's right. If anything, I take that responsibility. I sent him after the both of you.
Well, it's all of ours, because I forgot that he was going to go first, and we should have been back in time, but we just didn't think about it. And now he's there by himself on the ground in pieces.
Zane steps forward with that at that moment too. That actually sounds like a good time for me to bring this up too. Zane hands John's cell phone and the strange disc he found on his body over to Dr. Smythe. All right, as far as I can tell, this was John's most personal item that he carried on him. I need you to take this and lock it up somewhere. Do not take ownership of this item. If you or we or anyone, if we can ever get a stable portal back to the place, I can use this to help locate where the body is, and maybe we can bring him home, or at least give him a decent burial over there. The disc, on the other hand, was something he found while we were looking for Peter and Cass. I don't have a clue what any of the markings on it means, but there's more to this disc than you think. It's a small amount, but it's got a magical aura on it like I have never seen before. And he hands that off to Edmund, and he also states, while Cass is still over there napping, it's probably fair to bring him to the rest of you. Whatever happened with Cass, I don't know what the three of you are up to until you got back. I stayed behind to look over John. Part of me really wishes I hadn't, because I saw something I'm never going to forget. point is, whatever you guys did when you came back, he didn't come back alone. He's got something about his aura that I don't know what it is, but that's all, and I can't tell you what, but I can tell you he's not the same.
Is he possessed?
While we were out there, he was talking to himself about murdering us and killing people, so I had to take his gun, but we thought he was straight.
And he did lead us to those berries, which was kind of weird, because he just...
Don't we know he was talking to a
Do we?
chibi or whatever?
I never saw them.
I think you yelled at him
It
like
was
you're
Chiban.
having a one-way conversation.
Yep.
So I think we know he was following Chiban.
And
Do we?
But it did seem he was talking to more than one.
but on that note, I've done all that I can do here. I need to go and get some sleep. I've got fugitives to get after in the morning.
I'm just gonna take some tissue and blood samples from this cast guy.
Well, there's plenty of it.
There's some over there, and there's some over there.
Yeah, there's a little over here, a little over there.
What's he sound like if you listen to him with a stethoscope? Is he like gurgling
Probably
anything
hear the
around there? What's going on?
Probably hear the fish inside me.
Oh, what? You're asking to hear what's inside of him?
Yeah, what's he sound like if you listen to him with a stethoscope?
Those
Does it
pregnant
sound
fish.
like he has all sorts of fish inside of him like he claims?
Well, Dr. Baldwin, I can only state that you don't hear any sounds you wouldn't have expected to hear.
All right.
If he's got supposedly fish creatures swimming around in him, you can't pick it up. There's nothing in his nothing physically that you're getting outward wise that would let you think that there's anything in him. And let's see here. Oh, one more quick thing, then I'll bring up before Zane disappears. Zane, looking over to Zia. Hey, Z, you got a moment before I go?
I suppose.
That's Ron Jeremy. I'm sorry. I mean Dr. Baldwin. He's got a porn star mustache.
And a good one at that. That's a fine stash.
God damn.
So, Zia, I just wanted to ask, you think you're going to be sticking around this bunch a while? Do more investigating, you think?
Well, it is interesting, so I think I may stick around. But I need the food soon.
Well, I tell you what, this bunch looks like they could really use someone who can handle themselves in a fight, and I saw you working tonight. Pretty impressive.
I know.
Well, just so long as you know. And you know what? I might come around a time or two, here or there sometimes. I gotta admit, the view certainly got a lot nicer recently.
Our friend just died, and we are getting patched up. And you are hitting on me?
I'm as human as the next man. But on that note, you're right. This isn't the right place. I'm heading out. Y'all have a good night.
She's just gonna walk back inside.
The way I think the short talk for this one is Smythe. I will tell everyone to get some rest and recoup from the injuries for the next few days. Let the wounds heal and process what happened tonight. And he also stresses his door is always open for all of you if you need someone to talk to. However, and Alina knows just how grouchy Zia gets when she's hungry, so as soon as she is patched up and ready, she takes Zia and heads off. I need to feed this girl.
Spit it out.
What?
Do we need to take a... You got a Ninja Turtle hand.
I know, and it would suck to be a teenage mutant.
Oh, I
Ninja
agree.
Turtle.
That's a penguin hand for Batman.
Well, that too. I'd like to show her my French flipper trick.
They really can't get a very good thing on dice with this many fingers, and writing is really, really kind of weird.
I would have thought you'd have had a pair of gloves and then experimented with this already. I'm really surprised you're just realizing this like right this moment. I'm feeling kind of weird and proud at the same time to be a part of this discovery you're having.
It does not look right at all. Lobster boy.
He's like a black ninja turtle.
It's French flipper trick. So while Zia and Zane have both taken off, Peter and Baldwin, I'm not done with you two yet. As Cass is still over there sleeping it off. Baldwin, while packing your medical bag, you overhear Edmund, Peter, and this Paloma gal talking.
Edmund P. was what I heard. Edmund P. You know what?
And pimento beans.
Edmund, Peter, and Paloma talking. Paloma, whom you hear says is a professor of botany and pharmacology at a university, is asking Peter to stay and help her research the white berries he'd unknowingly brought with him in his helmet from that other dimension. She believes that learning about Cass and Peter eating those berries raw to put the creatures in them to sleep, she thinks she might be able to make an antitoxin serum to destroy them completely. You happen to have experience in that field as well.
I do,
You
but
have a
this certainly
pharmacology
sounds
skill
like
on you.
witchcraft.
Peter,
If there's no way to quantify what I'm trying to accomplish, then how would I go about accomplishing what I need to do?
Well,
to say, talk to him, Peter. You know what's going on.
how would we quantify this? Well, you could wait, and I could show you.
I mean, can we speed the process up? I mean, I'd rather it was your belligerent friend
How?
than a fellow,
I'm trying to think of how would we do that. If we both have the berries in us, which quelled it a little bit, we could go find a new one.
Well, why don't we take a look at these berries and see what kind of weird ingredients they have in them? Maybe I'll
There you go.
recognize something that I can think would have some sort of anti-parasitic
Try one.
properties. I
They're
don't know.
great.
Let's take a look at one of these puppies.
All right. Well, she is suggesting it's going to be about several hours of research nonstop with her, as her analysis of the berries suggests that they are deteriorating quickly. If we wait, they will lose their potency and integrity. Peter, however, you've been reminded that you have a house call visit early in the morning. And Baldwin, you're reminded that you're thinking about you have surgery scheduled in the morning as well that is being watched by interns, which means it's a particularly big day. No sleep means risking exhaustion penalties against your performance reviews, but waiting to perform the research.
I've got a
means
bag
that
full of
potentially-
amphetamines. Medical grade. We'll be fine.
Oh,
Hey,
you sure?
potentially ruined opportunity to create antitoxins for both Cass and Peter, and possible future victims.
I think it's a good idea. And I'm going to go look at Cass and put my hand on his shoulder and say,
I'm not giving him any amphetamines.
this might be the last time I get to say it, Cass. If I don't say it, I'm gonna regret it. It's been fun getting to know you, and this might be goodbye. So maybe I'll see you later. Maybe not. Bye, Cass. Okay.
Cass is blissfully unaware, sleeping through it. Well, alright then. What I need the both of you to do is to make skill checks on your research skills, because I think both of you have it. And then make a roll on any chemistry-related skills you have. There is a penalty of 10% for a pressure situation that needs to be applied to your rolls. Let me know what your successful skill rolls are and by how much.
I'm sorry, what's the negative?
10%.
Okay. So, research. I made it by 5%.
Made it by 20%.
I have a 5 and a 25, but 2 successes. Alright, so I know you both have basic chemistry.
I have basic chemistry, analytical chemistry,
Yep.
And pharmaceutical chemistry.
Oh, I just have analytical and advanced.
So give me the one on
I
the
recently
base.
wrote a book on biochemical and biochemics.
Say
Which
what?
one?
What? What was that?
Obviously, he wrote it because he couldn't say it out loud. No,
Experiments
chemistry,
in biochemistry.
The base chemistry.
Base
skill.
chemistry. I failed.
Made it by 42.
We have one success by 42. We have a chemistry analytical, I think you both have.
Wow. I made that by 8.
Missed it by 25.
One success for 8%. And you have the pharmacology skill. Give me the roll on that one over there.
Ooh, I made that one by 61.
Made that by 61, which is great because that's arguably the most important one. Alright, counting up my successes and making some notes.
I failed a roll.
It happens.
Now with his ME score. Do we have like a huge ME or is it an MA?
ME has nothing to do with its chemistry.
Both.
So, here we go. More successes than fails. Here we go. The good news. After being up all night, sunlight is shining through the windows on the second floor of the warehouse when all of you are holding the completed samples in your hands. Even better news, they should indeed be antitoxins. The unfortunate news, you three were only able to produce, this is based on your numbers here, you were able to produce 4 vials of serum from the berries and the herbal samples Paloma had brought with her. You wouldn't be able to make any more without more berries. And what time are we looking on?
7:56.
It's about time to stop this particular episode.
Sure. We can call that season
I'm
1.
thinking from here. Yeah, from here that can go into the next day. This is a good night. This is a good time to stop it then. So, so that is this is the start of season 2. New character, new adventures coming. And we have some serums made, so the other things happen tonight. But anyway, thank you again for listening. As a reminder, please subscribe and give us feedback. We love the feedback. Especially there was somebody out there who I understand it, besides telling us that we needed to tell Kevin to speed up on things, which all right, done. Apparently, what was it they said? We talked too much.
We talk too much. More role playing.
More role playing. You talk too much.
So we're gonna take that feedback under advisement.
Lick
We'll
my
see
butt.
how that goes.
I think
so
we did
hopefully
good today.
Let's chat more. Oh yeah, like I see, you guys were suspiciously quiet. I wasn't ready for it. I actually
We're taking the criticism
to heart.
to heart.
So so again, subscribe and give us feedback. We're loving it.
Is the survey still out there?
Still out there. You can find it on Twitter at Beyond the Super 1 or on our Facebook page at Beyond the Supernatural Podcast.
I've also posted on the House of BTS in the news, the latest news section. I've made sure it's been added, and I think I've posted a few other places too. So, but anyway, that's for this episode. This is Steven.
Nick.
Kirk.
Arn.
Shannon.
And you all have a good night.
See you in season 2!
Come season 2.